Hey guys, I know that this topic is something nobody will give a shit about, but I just spent hours trying to make a machinima in The Sims 4 in order to enter the Sims Sparked competition, and I gotta say, I really feel for those bloody people that had to compete with that game live on TV, on air, because it is bloody not made for you to be creative in it. It's simply not. You would have easier time making a machinima in Halo. You would have easier time making a machinima in RuneScape. My last attempt at machinimas was all the way in The Sims 2, and that has been so much easier. So let's start from why it's so difficult in The Sims 4. First of all, you have to mod your game to all hell. In order to force the game to show you the animations that you wanted to show, you have to mod it. You have to mod it even for the simplest functions, really. So, first of all, you will likely be installing a pose mod. In order to make the pose mod work with in-game animations, effectively what you have here is a text file of every single animation in-game. You copy from the text file the animation that you want, and then you paste it into the mod while in-game. Problem is that these things, they're not named, so you have like no idea what you're looking for. They're just named the same way that they are in files. If animation is broken or won't work, it will make your Sims turn inside out. It is really not a friendly thing trying to get your Sim to perform an animation. It's really bloody difficult, and it pisses me off. I mean, this is EA's creative game. This is supposed to be the thing that they want people to do, yet they made it so hard for people to do these things. Even a simple thing as changing the in-game time. You need a mod for that. You need a mod for that can actually break your game and corrupt your game. I didn't care because I needed to film a 3-minute machinima, not actually play it. So I went with the mod. But you know what that was in The Sims 2? Set time. That was how easy it was. Moving on, it is very hard to make the camera follow your Sim. Actually, it is absolutely impossible if you want the camera to follow your Sim and to have UI off. This is me especially trying to just get the camera to follow my Sim. You switch off UI, you can't get it to work. You switch UI on, then you double click on the Sim, then it follows it for a small amount of time. You switch off the UI, it stops working again. So like, what's the point? If you want the camera to be nicely following your Sim around, you'll have to keep that UI on. Oh, you know, maybe it's because you have to click on the screen because you can't click on an UI element that's hidden and no longer there. I tried. Well, fun fact, you can't change keybinds in The Sims 4. There isn't an option for that. It's nowhere. You can't change your keybinds. Oh, another fun fact, in case you need to film anything with UI off, plumbob does not go away. It's just, it doesn't go away. You have to have another Sim in the household to switch to then disable the UI, start the time going, and then film. You can film with the in-game filming tool instead, but I find that highly restrictive. It is not how I want my videos to look like. It is not how I want to make my videos. OBS films a better quality image, but it's very hard to make The Sims 4 work with it, considering all of these goddamn hoops that you have to jump through. You can erase the plumbob from existence. If you want to mess with game files, you can do that instead. But if you choose not to do that instead, you have to have another Sim to set up the scene, switch to them, then disable the UI, then start the time going. And remember that you can't get the camera to follow the Sim that you're filming, or follow any Sim whatsoever, meaning you are either gonna have jittery free flow camera, because when you switch the UI off, it immediately goes into free flow camera mode, or you're gonna have all of your shots be from a set perspective. You can't move it. And what kind of bullshit is that? Previous games actually had follow sim cameras that bloody worked. Why is that so hard to do? Why doesn't anything work in this game? And then I got to experience simulation lag all over again. Hooray! I didn't think that I was gonna, considering that all I needed to do was film 3 minutes and that took me 3 fucking hours. But I did. You want to set your Sims up and make them do something, and they just don't, despite the fact that you have free will up. They don't. So then you do reset Sim and you go, okay, now walk over there. And you press play, and they just don't. And then you wait about 30 in-game minutes. You fast forward, and then eventually they decide to move, but now the time is wrong. And you have to use the mod to turn the time. Just nothing works. Nothing works in that bloody game. How are they making a TV competition out of a game that bloody does not work is beyond me. But I feel so much for competitors having exposed myself to this. I feel for them so much. No, you can't make a good Sims machinima in 5 hours when they give you 5 hours in order to make the sim and shoot it. Because you might need 5 hours just to get the bloody game to do what the hell you want it to do. And then my question is, how modded was their game? Like, did they provide them with a modded game? Because, god damn it, if you can't switch the time, but you need to film at a different daytime, you screwed. You have to wait that whole time. Oh, and that filming didn't succeed? Your sim got stuck somewhere, or got stuck laughing in the corner without following your commands? Well, I suppose you're waiting a whole day again, unless of course you have that nice mod. How modded was their game? If it's not modded at all, then how the hell did they think that that was possible for anyone to achieve? I mean, I had days. I was doing this for weeks. I did the build, then in another time I did my family. Then today I was like, okay, Saturday I finally have time. I'm gonna film the machinima itself and submit to it, and it's gonna be cringe, and it's gonna be a lot more cringe than I thought it would be. Because, bloody hell, this is hard. You would have an easier time in literally any other game. You would have an easier time in a game that doesn't mean for you to be creative than in The Sims. And that is a problem. Like, what the hell, EA? How do you fail at making a game so bad? But anyways, this has been my rant, mostly because I've been doing this the whole day long so far. I hope I'm gonna see you on my other videos that are gonna be a bit less Sims focused. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you like my content, please subscribe, and toodaloo.